everything, and then when you go out into the world and you don't have that what's the word?
Self-control?
Yeah, or you don't have like that relay of knowledge anymore. No, you don't have people telling you what to do. Then you go crazy and you rob banks. Yeah, you rob banks. Yeah, you become a bank
because
robber.
This makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
You know what? I see where you're going with this.
Thank you.
I
Thank
don't.
you.
I'm
No.
glad someone does.
No. You know.
Glad someone understands this nonsense.
Just
Oh Lord.
Are we on the air?
We are live on the air.
Are we in the air?
We are skywalking. Got him. All right, let's just give it a second until people start coming by, and then we'll get started.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, shalom.
Are there people?
There's one person so far.
Oh, okay.
One is enough.
I'm gonna put this on the other website because every time I bang it down, it's gonna knock the mic. So.
Well, you could just put it down lightly, you know.
How about you keep your opinions to yourself? Okay.
Like, is
I
that
like where you're going with this, though.
I don't understand what I've done to piss these people off. I don't understand.
You invited me over.
You decided to get all haughty when he told you about something simple that happened.
It's
on a freaking,
not
what was it, a
simple.
Reddit post?
No, the Reddit post was just talking about the news article. It was like just an interview.
Right, it was told on that Reddit post.
It was an article.
I'm confused. No, the news
Like,
article summed it up, and then someone linked the article into the Reddit post, which is how I discovered it, right?
Okay.
And the Reddit post was just being, haha, this guy's so dumb, he doesn't understand what that means, right?
Okay.
You know, they were just making fun of him for that.
So the article was about the guy.
No, the article just interviewed the guy. It was about something else, but they interviewed the guy.
Oh,
you know how, like,
okay.
on the news,
Yeah,
they just
yeah,
get
yeah.
random bystanders, and they're like,
Yeah.
what do you think about, I don't know, whatever.
Baby dolphins.
Baby dolphins, yeah, right, you know? And the guy would be like, oh, yeah,
I'm a libertarian, so...
I think they're pretty cool.
That's why I support the government regulating the hunting of dolphins. It's like, no.
The dolphin procreation, you know?
Well, maybe you shouldn't get all uppity next time.
I'm not
It's
uppity
the moral of the
You
story.
complained to your mother.
Yes, he did.
because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, you got all uppity. That's kind of what I was saying.
I disagree that that's uppity. More, I was
Should I look up what uppity means?
exclaiming my frustration with the world.
Oh, you were exclaiming, all right. He heard you from down here.
Yeah, well, it's a small house, alright? Leave me be.
It's got 3
Rob,
floors.
are you gonna be okay to, like, get behind me?
Maybe.
Rob, what are you looking for? Oh, I thought you were gonna put the jacket on for a
It's
second.
telephone.
It's getting cold down here.
Yes, you're sitting under the heat.
I'm joking.
you actually are.
Imbecile.
Do you want to start it, or?
It is.
Yeah.
It's on air.
No, but like, he
Oh,
usually
like
does
start-
like that. He
oh,
does
like
like the...
start.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna start this thing. Alright. Well, I think we can get started.
Are you sure?
I'm
What's this?
about 90% sure.
Did you post to the Discord?
Yep. Already been taken care of. I'm thinking of streaming this on YouTube next time.
Why?
Just because I want to, Rob. Is that okay with you?
No.
You want my professional opinion?
Anyways.
No.
Anyways.
Wait, that's mine. That's yours.
Right. That's yours.
This is the
This is-
problem.
this
This
is
is
why I
why we
put this
can't have
here.
nice things. It's over there, you take his
That was
water.
close.
It's over here, you make a lot of noise.
I
What's
do
wrong
make a
with
lot
you?
of noise. Anyways.
Unbelievable.
We are back, once again, for another episode of review of the Book of Boba Fett. And we're once again joined by 2 people who hurt me more than most people have in a very long time.
You're welcome.
Luca, Rob, how are you guys?
Fantastic. It's
Fantastic,
always
Rob.
good to be here.
Luca, how you doing? There's no camera, so I can't see you do that.
I'm doing good. I'm doing good, thank you.
You really need a camera.
Just
system.
complete silence.
I'm okay.
Look, we have a webcam, but like it's
Then
not
why isn't it
No.
on?
because Luca doesn't want to be filmed.
No. They can film you guys. I'll be the
Wear a mask. I got a balaclava over there.
No, I'll be.
I got a ski mask.
What are you doing, robbing a bank? You're doing a podcast.
We were talking about.
You guys
robbing
ever
a-
watch Inspector Gadget and they have Dr. Claw, but you only ever see his
You
arm,
just-
and he's like, "I'll
Should I-
get you next time, Gadget."
Should I
That'll
get
give
you
me-
a cat while we're
Yes,
at it?
I wouldn't mind. I would not mind at all.
That's-
Get me a cat. I will stroke it and it'll thin my lashes.
We should actually have just like a camera up here and we just like put our arms down here, and that's the podcast.
And we're just very violent with our hand gestures.
Yeah, very
like
very
a poker
violent.
sort of
We
bird's eye
should play
view.
poker while we're at it. Why not?
I mean, I'm down. Anyways, Book of Boba Fett, gentlemen. So can we?
That didn't work.
What even was that? Did you want to capture the sound of your grotesque mouth chewing? Like,
It's ASMR.
oh God, please no.
New age.
Anyways, we're already starting off on the wrong foot, but all right. Book of Boba Fett dropped today, the new episode, and we're here to talk about it because we think that our opinions are so great that we're obnoxious enough to think people actually want to listen to them.
Well, there's still people there
Exactly. So there you go.
who want to listen.
And clearly,
Don't know why.
don't know why. I've been asking myself that for almost a year now. Yeah, but anyways, gentlemen, should we start off with a summary
I'm not
and
doing
see
it.
if we can actually get through a summary without pivoting to 40 different other
Now,
topics?
I don't know if I could do that, but I'll
Well-
certainly try and start with the
All right, Rob, go for it, buddy.
Okay, so it starts off with Boba in Zabacta tank. And,
Yes, that's correct.
hold on. I'm eating my popcorn. Fine. Okay, so Boba's in the Bacta tank. We have a flashback to. I'm sorry, that was terrible.
Get out. Get out right now. You don't deserve to breathe. Go ahead.
Right, back to he has a flashback, and
Yep.
it's how he meets Finish
Fennec Shan?
Finish shanking.
Oh, God.
Finish shish
Shan.
kebab.
And
So I can't do this.
so it actually it was interesting. It kind of is his point of view in that one Mandalorian episode. I can't remember if it was second or first season.
First season.
Was it first season?
No.
So
Yes.
very long
No.
ago.
Yeah, it was first season.
It was first
Yeah,
season.
it was first season.
Okay, it was first season, and it's him off in the distance seeing the flare. For those of you who remember, which I was surprised I did, and he meets Fennec Shan and takes her to
Well,
get.
Meat is a very interesting
Okay,
word.
fine.
She's
He-
laying face
he-
down, unconscious, in
He
the sand.
kidnaps an unconscious Fennec Shan, which I think I can say we all got Cosby vibes from that.
Yep. Well, I did it because I'm a bad person, but...
No, I
Well, no,
did
it's
too.
the Good Samaritan act. He sees that she's unconscious, therefore he assumes consent.
No,
Well, that's a way to look at it.
And he saves her life.
Well, I agree with you, but I still thought Bill Cosby. I think it was just because Hollywood. Anyways. Hey, he did have a bit of a beer gut. Anyways, I'm moving off the track of the topic.
Yeah.
Right, meets her, and then brings her to a body modification center. And they modify her body, as the name implies, because she has a gut shot. So that happens. She's in his debt for saving her life.
Yep.
They what do they do after that? They scout. They scout out the palace. They take the slave one. You'll get to that in a second.
I was gonna say.
Luke is already seated in the back.
You will get to that in a
Okay.
second. They did something, and it was weird. They shouldn't have done it. And Luca will explain that later. They get slave one. They kill the biker gang because fuck them.
Why not? Yeah, basically.
And excuse my language. Biker gang. Then they go to the Sarlacc pit.
Yep.
They take a look-see inside. They see a beak, and they get rattled.
They seal what?
A beak.
A beak.
Yeah, that was the beak of the Sarlacc pit. That's a beak. And
I
there's
don't even know
nothing
the
you
word
can
beak is a word. Is
Yeah,
it a
you-
word?
What do you mean?
What's a beak? Oh, like a bird's beak!
What does a bird use to eat?
No,
I was gonna have to say bill, like a duck's bill. Is that better for
No,
you?
but it's more like a beak.
It is a
mouth.
beak. It is a beak,
It's
but
not a beak.
anything to help it. It's not a mouth.
It's a mouth.
Okay, well, it's not a
If
mouth.
it makes you feel any better, Austin doesn't like melted cheese, so his opinion is automatically invalidated.
What is wrong with?
That's what I said.
Anyways, the Sarlacc attacks them.
Yeah.
They throw a frickin' seismic charge. It goes It uses it uses the THX sound effect and
the thanks sound effect.
The thanks sound effect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks you. And they take a look because I don't understand why he thought his armor's in the Sarlacc pit when he got out of the Sarlacc pit in his armor, and then he was.
That's actually kind of true. He
was woken up. I think it was just an excuse to kill the Sarlacc pit. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. He's looking for his armor.
No, it's fine. He did the truly American thing, finding any excuse to bomb something.
I like it, even though he's New Zealand. Anyway, from New Zealand.
It's
fine. He does that. He goes, and I think that was it for the flashback, wasn't it? For the most part?
Yes.
Well, no, there's that one part where he offers her the job.
Oh yeah. And she says basically yes.
Yeah. I think she's like, no, and then she was like, sure.
Yeah.
Which,
okay. It was, no, I'll think about it, and why the hell not?
Yeah. And then it goes flash forward, and he's talking to all the other daimyos.
Yeah. Or all the other families of the region.
Yeah. So...
They don't actually call them daimyos, but...
No. You know, daimyo's Japanese.
Yeah, it is.
I didn't know that until today.
Back-to-back episodes.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's fine.
I was actually looking
up... It's a Japanese warlord under the emperor.
Yeah. I was actually looking up some Akira Kurosawa films.
As you should.
And I really want to watch them. I just don't know where I can watch them.
Oh, you can find them anywhere. I can get you a copy.
Online.
Thank you.
Which one did you want to watch?
Actually, I think I could just find them all on YouTube.
You probably could.
I want to watch Secret Fortress.
Hidden Fortress.
Is it hidden? Okay, yeah. Whatever.
That's the one that Star Wars is inspired
by.
Hidden
Fortress and Seven Samurai.
That's a good one.
Those two I want to start with.
Those two are really good.
Anyways, back to the summary, Rob.
I thought I was done.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Rancor tries to eat the daimyo families, and... Oh, shoot, I forgot. Boba talked to the Wookiee.
Yes. Yes.
Which is good, because I was really disappointed with what happened last time.
Yeah.
Since they followed it up with the next episode, I am no longer mad about that.
we revoke our criticism from the last 2 episodes.
Any misgivings I had are now revoked, yes.
But yeah. Luca, anything you want to add?
To the summary, or...
Yeah.
No, I thought it was pretty good.
Alright.
I think he covered most of it. Oh, the Wookiee, he rips off one of the Trandoshans' arms.
Oh, that was...
Finally!
That was
dismemberment in a Star Wars.
Hashtag Trandoshans aren't people.
Hashtag Trandoshans' lives don't matter.
I'm sorry, I hate Bosk. I hate him.
Why is he in Battlefront 2?
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
So yeah. Thoughts, you two, on your opinions of the episodes? Good, bad, lacking,
honestly,
not lacking?
You go first, actually.
Me?
Yeah, go for it, Luca. Take it away.
Okay. You sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
okay.
I want to not talk.
Okay. Okay, thoughts on the episode. It was good. Good. Definitely
Real in-depth,
okay, I'll get there.
It was good, that's it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was definitely better than the previous episode.
Mm-hmm.
I think that this episode almost entirely invalidates the previous episode. So I feel like they should have just, peer reviewed the script one more time and cut out the third episode entirely and shift it to other episodes, because, what really happens in the third episode,
that doesn't get revoked in this one.
Yeah, the Wookiee escapes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or they let him free, and they just recruit him back in this one, right?
Yep.
So that was completely unnecessary, right? You know what I mean? We've already been over how superfluous the speeder bike chase was.
Yeah.
You know,
best speeder bike chase.
Right.
Star Wars.
So I feel like they could have just included the Rancor scene in another part of another episode,
mm-hmm.
and you don't really need the third episode as much. You know what I mean?
Right.
I guess they just needed to make it to 9.
I guess. Is it 8 or 9 episodes?
I believe 9. I'll double check now.
Okay. But yeah, I enjoyed this episode. I thought it was good. Definitely, like, a lot happens in it, which is good, and it's more like, I guess, action oriented, yeah. So it to me, it didn't have like the feeling that we were getting from some of the other episodes where it was like
aimless.
Yeah, aimless, or like it's sort of do we need this? You know, I think
it
this
felt more straightforward.
Exactly. Yeah, this one.
I was wrong. 7 episodes.
Oh, 7.
Damn.
Really?
7 episodes.
Yeah, so they could have made it 6. I feel like.
Yeah, probably.
Or they could have just done something else and made.
Which means we are officially over the halfway point.
Right.
Damn.
Of this series. So we got 3 more episodes of this.
Yeah, I don't think they can.
3 more.
I don't think they can wrap up this whole war thing in 3 episodes, though. I feel like they kind of miss.
Unless they make it like 50 minutes per episode.
Right. Yeah.
Which they haven't been very consistent with the timing.
Yeah.
For any of them.
So I don't know. I feel like maybe they should have done more episodes.
Sure. I mean, I agree. I feel like if you're gonna have like Bad Batch be like 16 episodes a season and like Mandalorian be like 10 to 11 episodes a season, I feel like you can crack out a couple more.
Mandalorian was 8 per season,
especially considering it's
so they could at least done 8 for this one too. I feel like,
especially considering it's like a cult favorite character.
Mm-hmm.
It's Boba Fett. Why are you only giving him 7 episodes in this first season? It just doesn't make much sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rob, things you enjoyed?
Yeah, I had fun with it. Definitely better than the last episode. I did like him meet the whole story between him and Fennec Shan.
Mm-hmm. You can do it. You can do it.
It was
see the
just
gears
kind of,
turning.
Shut up. It was just kind. It was kind of a throughout the whole episode. It was like pretty steady,
right?
In terms of how much I liked it. Like, I don't know, nothing stood out in a good way or a bad way, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But yeah. I like.
That's it for you, I guess.
Yeah, there's not much to not to say.
Lucas, like, I want to get in here.
Not to say it was bad, but I don't know. I just don't have as much to say about it.
Yeah,
I guess.
Luca, you want to say something?
Yeah. Yeah. I already talked about this before, but not on the thing.
Yeah.
I think that one thing that I didn't like is the body modifications, like the cybernetics that the the mod, I think they call them the mods, the gangers use.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't think they look very like Star Warsy. I don't think they really fit in with the aesthetic a lot.
Right.
Which is, I guess, is sort of nitpicky in a sense, but I don't really care because it's little things like that that sort of take you out of the universe, right? Mm-hmm. They look very generic sci-fi. They're very flashy. You know what I mean? Very bright neon sort of colors, which isn't really something you see a lot in Star Wars except for lightsabers, right?
Right.
But with a lot of other technology...
Or unless you're in Coruscant. Coruscant, especially the Undercity of Coruscant.
Right. Yeah, the Undercity of Coruscant has sort of like future Vegas vibes, right? You know what I mean? But Star Wars has always had that dichotomy of Coruscant being sort of... Coruscant's like Earth, right? In sense of technological advancement, and then you always have these fringe planets like Tatooine, where you have sort of less less technological development, right? And they sort of gotta survive with what they have, right? So you know, I think the whole like mod gang just seems a little out of place. You know what I mean? Because like if you're in Tatooine and you're specializing in prosthetics. It just kind of seems weird. It's like not the place. How would you ship it there? You know what I mean? Like I don't think they have a good supply network as it is, and it's not really like a rich planet. Like in general, you know what I mean? It's like if you will go travel to like some very very like impoverished region of the world, right? If you know travel to like. Some countries in Africa, right? And then you expect people to have like high cost, like very expensive and technologically advanced like prosthetics, right? Like it just doesn't make much sense, right? You know what I mean? Or it doesn't make much sense that they would do that themselves, right? Sure, like they could definitely through charitable organizations or whatever they can donate it, but I don't know. It just
Rob, do you want to get in on that? Because I feel like you're mulling over something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, like, I see what you're saying, but I'm starting to wonder, it's like, well, I wouldn't say that Tatooine is impoverished to the point where they can't, like, have body modification centers. Like, let's be honest, Anakin was a slave, and he built not only C-3PO, but a whole speeder. Mm-hmm. So, obviously they have technology there. So, I don't think that's the like in terms of aesthetic, I agree with you 100%, but in terms of like can they do it, I think they can for sure. Like if they wanted to modify their bodies on Tatooine, I wouldn't take it as a leap.
Right.
I think it looks silly.
Mm-hmm.
especially her, the chick from before, her red arm.
Mm-hmm.
It just baffles my mind. It doesn't look good. It's just weird. But like, I think they can do it. I don't think they're impoverished.
If I may kind of jump off of what you were saying, Luca, on like real world examples, I think that we have examples like in the real world where you do see like more impoverished areas of the world. So, for example, places in Afghanistan, in the middle of the desert, where you have these terrorist cells, right? ISIS, Taliban, that kind of stuff, and you see them being able to ship in bombs, large-scale weapons.
Black
so,
market
like,
stuff.
exactly. It is pretty...
Well,
and given Tatooine's, like... Tatooine's crime rate,
like pretty
straight up, like
their cities are run by daimyos.
Like the thing is, like Tatooine technically doesn't have a black market because the black market is just their economy.
Yeah,
he would just call it their economy.
Have a black market.
Yeah, well,
if you want to go to the black market, you go to Tatooine.
Sure, but I would say that Tatooine's economy is wholly the black market.
Crime ridden.
Sure, but black market, when we use the term black market, we're generally talking about a subset of the economy where you can get paraphernalia that isn't illegal.
Well, on a galactic scale, a planet can be
but I'm saying if we're just looking at Tatooine, their whole system is literally
on a planetary scale, I agree with you for sure.
Their whole economy is just black market goods.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Luca, you wanted to say something? You wanted to get in there?
Well, I mean, I guess I understand what you say, but I also, to counterpoint that, if I can use the example of Afghanistan specifically,
please, go for it.
They also do use a lot of, repurposed and repossessed arms and weapons, right? We all see, like the AK-47, I feel like is even if not always a correct example, it's a very prevalent example in the cultural media of that war, right? Remnants of the Soviet-Afghan war, stuff like that. And then we talk about after the United States recently left Afghanistan, how the Taliban took over and repurposed a lot of the U.S. Vehicles and supplies. And stuff
I remember the articles and pictures of like them taking over like the Blackbird helicopters.
Exactly, right. So I'm not denying that they can't procure weapons like that. I just think they, in my opinion, there is like examples a lot of. You even have terms like IEDs, right? Improvised explosive devices.
Right.
So like they are very crafty what they have, which I know you mentioned Anakin and stuff. Like I think we're led to assume that he made C-3PO out of junk, right? That's why he couldn't get him.
And he's also supposed to be like a genius.
Yeah, he couldn't get him like gold plated, right?
But
it's just made of bits and
not the only
pieces.
genius on Tatooine,
right?
Like that guy, that body mod guy. He obviously has skill with.
Right. So I think I agree with you. With the aesthetic, right? I think if they played the aesthetic off where it was obviously jury-rigged, it was obviously MacGyvered, I think I would have been a lot more okay
more
with it.
Steampunk than like...
Okay. You know what I mean?
In the middle of a doctor's office.
Yeah, if there were like a lot more visible wiring, if there was like a lot more visible server motors and stuff that were articulating, then I could understand it, right? But as it is right now, it feels sort of more like Luke getting his hand replaced on the on the Rebel medical ship, you know what I mean, minus all the synthetic skin, right? It feels more I don't know if prestigious, I don't think that's the right word. It feels more high grade. You know what I mean, right? It feels like, that's just my personal opinion, but I feel like it would be stuff that you would find more in
on a rich person.
Yeah, exactly, right? On a planet that has and we talk about importing weapons and explosives and stuff like that, but in my opinion, that's different than prosthetics, because prosthetics are inherently medical based as well. So you have to have some sort of like medical system in place, right?
Right.
Or as this guy is, he has to be a doctor and an engineer, right?
Right.
Not only does he have to design the parts, but he has to integrate them with the human body, right?
But when
Or
we're-
at
but when
least
we're
have the
talking-
parts being shipped in.
But when we're
Yeah.
talking about a futuristic society such or universe such as Star Wars,
Right.
it's not very far fetched.
No, I'm not saying it's far fetched. I just it seems to me like it would be something that maybe wouldn't be a hobby on Tatooine. You know, like I don't know.
If
That's
you're
just
on a
my
desert
opinion.
planet, and yeah, I could.
That's
I could
just
see it.
it could obviously go both ways. I understand Star Wars is technologically advanced, but also in some aspects it's
It's not
not
supposed to
as
look like
techno-
that.
Right, or it's not as
That's what I'm saying.
technologically
That's what I'm
advanced, yeah.
saying. In aesthetic, I totally agree.
Right, yeah, and I would agree if they made it more, not even like steampunky. If they made it more visibly,
Like wires, and then
yeah,
like you can see like the hydraulics of it all and stuff
yeah,
like
then
that.
I
for
totally would have vibed with it more as like sort of like a black market thing. But to me, it seemed more professional. I
Fair
think.
enough. If I may bring up one quick thing,
Yeah.
from the Obi-Wan Kenobi Legends book, we have a small-time, what seems to be engineer slash goods slash like do-it-yourself kind of shop in that particular book. They don't have anywhere near the technological advancements, or at least the things that they have at their disposal, in comparison to what the medic slash engineer has in this episode. So I kind of get what you're saying.
Yeah, I think
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think the vibe
Well,
of
in that case, I
Tatooine.
agree with
Read
you.
the Obi-Wan Kenobi book.
In that case, like
good book.
can you
should read it. It's really good.
But it's Legends, so
So
or the true canon, right?
exactly.
Well, like, okay, so can you give me examples? Like, what do you mean it's not as technologically advanced?
They basically have like broken down shit, and they basically try their best to fix it up and then resell it to people. But like, it's very clearly, I wouldn't call it like a hunk of junk, but they're basically taking scrap pieces of whatever they can find from the desert, repurposing them into something else. But it's still like not like some high grade machinery they're selling. It's like, here's a part for a speeder. We had to make it out of this. Hey, here's like what do you call it that horses used to bite down on to
A bit.
help train a bit. We had to repurpose it from like some random part over here, but we're gonna sell it for this. Or
Like a
whatever.
pool of
It's
metal.
really interesting.
And this was on Tatooine?
This is on Tatooine.
Professionals?
Pseudo professionals, I'd call it.
There's no professionals on Tatooine.
Average people trying to make a living on Tatooine.
Right. Well, can you at
Could
least
be. What?
no
No,
I like. Can you at least agree with me that the speeders they drive look out of place? Can we at least
Come
agree
on.
with that?
You know what I
Okay,
think.
thank you.
I
I
know what I
And what do you think, Rob? Because Rob's actually a big supporter of the speeders.
of
50s
the
scooters.
Vespas.
In fact, he came today with a brand new tattoo. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I
the
just
speeders
love- I
just
just love 'em so
trailed
much.
down his
They're
spine.
even color coded.
Yeah, the Power Ranger Vespas.
I hate the Power Ranger Vespas with a passion.
Thank you.
When I first saw them, I was like, "Oh no, we're back in the '50s, but we're on Tatooine."
I didn't
But
hate
even-
them. I just found that they stand out too much.
That's the problem.
Yeah, that's the problem.
They're so vibrantly colored in an otherwise drab environment,
Yeah,
and it's like, why? Are
the
you
millennials
just-
are trying to stand out.
I think I understand what they're going for, because George Lucas, before he started directing, he was very into hot rods and like modifying cars, and he would race cars and stuff. So I think they were sort of going for that vibe of like having your own vehicle and then like tricking it out and making it like you said, the '50s, super colorful and stuff like
Dave
that.
Filoni doesn't know how to do that, apparently.
Right, that's the thing. I don't think they
Well, he
integrated
does.
it well.
It's why everyone didn't like it.
Yeah.
He did the tricked out speeders well, but that's why everyone didn't like it.
But here's the thing, though, because he took one sort of archetype of the 50s hot rod era, and that's the bright, shiny colors, right? When he could have taken other archetypes, such as the exposed exposed intake vents, right?
Right,
or
like the speeders in Phantom Menace.
exactly, right?
Which were beautiful, by the way. Like, Anakin's speeder is just...
Look,
You mean the pod racers?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. The pod
because
No,
there's
it's okay.
speeders and then there's pod racing.
Fine, okay, I meant the pod racers. The Anakin's pod racer looks phenomenal. And it's not like overly saturated in color. Yeah, it has orange, but it fits. It fits the scenery of Tatooine.
Yeah, that's an example, in my opinion, of integrating the hot rod idea in a better way.
Agreed.
Right? Yeah, they should have just done something like that. You know.
I don't want to get bogged down too much in the speeder slash biomechanical engineering aspect of the episode because there's so much that goes on.
No, that was it.
That was it. That's the whole thing.
The only thing
you need to know about the episode is, look, we had some biomedical engineering shit going down. Rob, are you alright? Just
trying to get comfortable, really.
Look, it's not my fault, alright?
I think it is your
These are like really cheap chairs. I'm not gonna lie. I'm
you're
really
lying to me.
I hope one day that you sit up as you hold this and the whole thing just breaks. Because you, sir, would be the second person to break someone else's chair in someone else's house.
What did you do?
I broke a chair.
What did you do?
I sat down, it was all good. I was given a brownie, and then the chair broke.
That is...
It was at my house.
Comedic.
Well, I didn't think so.
That you were given a brownie and the chair broke?
Look,
That
it's
is
pretty
beautiful.
It was the proverbial straw that...
the brownie that broke the camel's back.
You sat on it and it creaked really hard.
No, it did. Like, I sat down, it was fine, and then he gave me a brownie. I took one bite, and I hear it. And then me and Lucas kind of went. I'm like, oh boy, it's happening.
That is amazing.
But yeah. Anyways, away from one of the worst parts of my life, I still have PTSD flashbacks. Book of Boba Fett episode. Luca, did you want to have the discussion about fire spray?
Do you want to do it? I think you haven't talked a lot. I think you should. You should
Okay.
herald
Wait, hold
it
on. I'm surprised you guys caught on to that because I had no idea what he
This
was
has been in the works for
and-
months now. This
Yeah.
is before the show even started. They started doing that censorship.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh.
So me and Luca have spoken about this on the podcast previously, just a little bit in depth as the news kind of came out. So for those of you who aren't aware, Boba Fett, or I guess Jango Fett's ship technically, but anyways, is technically called Slave One. I won't lie, I'm not quite sure why it's called that or where the name originates from, but it's called Slave One. However, after Disney bought Lucasfilm and a couple of years went by, they decided that the name Slave One was too inappropriate for Star Wars as they were trying to engineer it towards a more PG audience, as the sequels are kind of showed. After all, it's the only trilogy in Star Wars where the main hero doesn't lose a limb. But am I wrong? Anyways, and so there's been a lot of controversy about Disney renaming Boba Fett's starship, technically, from Slave One to either Boba Fett starship or Fire Spray. Now, Fire Spray is technically, if I have my information correct, feel free to correct me, guys, is the technical model name of the ship.
Yeah, it's like if you have a Toyota Corolla that you call like Bethany. Bethany would be equivalent to Slave One.
Yeah.
But the car itself
is called a Toyota Corolla.
Right?
Now, this is because of the fact that Disney's trying to move towards a more PG version of Star Wars, and they've decided to rename the Slave One to Fire Spray or Boba Fett Starship because it is quote-unquote inappropriate.
We just saw Trandoshan get his arm ripped off.
Yeah, so the thing that I'll never understand, I don't understand just from an ethical perspective why you need to rename the ship Slave One, given that Star Wars has a history of showing slavery, Anakin, we've had
I was
hints
thinking
of
the clones. How about them?
Well, they're not technically slaves.
They're slaves.
They're okay.
They're slaves.
Well, there's another interesting example from the sequel trilogy. The First Order stormtroopers are slaves, right? Because when you
They're
have
taken from birth.
they are, or from a very young age. So taken from a young age and indoctrinated into the First Order. And then you have that whole scene in Rise of Skywalker where Finn meets the other lady. Her name is Janna, and she's the leader. She has the bow, and she's the leader of the little
thing.
rebellion slash
yeah.
not rebellion.
Right, who are all ex stormtroopers, right? And I don't think the word is ever mentioned, but they are. That's essentially what they are, right? They're kidnapped from a very young age and indoctrinated into this
way of life.
infantry group of stormtroopers, right? So,
Right.
like, I don't know how you would describe it as any other way,
Yeah.
right?
So
You know?
Star Wars essentially has a history of utterly horrendous things, from slavery to, I would even go so far as to say, the selling of Twi'lek females into a form of sex slavery. You have, of course, visually gory aspects to Star Wars. Dooku losing his head and his arms, and Anakin losing everything. Both arms, both legs, and burning to death. But somehow, the word slave is so inappropriate, it has to be censored from, I guess you would say, public conscience or public media, as it relates to Star Wars. Now, myself and Luca have had public discussions about censorship in all forms of media, and even in our own private conversations about how you feel about censorship. I know that Rob shares very similar beliefs in terms of stop censoring everything, you goddamn authoritarians. I think that pretty much sums up your opinion on that.
Keep censoring, please. I am a very fragile human being. I can't take... What is this word? Slave? Oh my gosh. How dare you?
How dare you? I just think it's dumb. I think it's stupid. I think it's inconsistent with the... are you alright, Rob? Do you have some sort of restless leg syndrome? You realize the mic is picking all of that up, right?
I am so sorry. I just...
Do you want to, like, I can pull this couch out if you like.
I need to lie down. I feel like I need to do, like, a therapy session.
Do you want to sit here? I can sit there if you want.
What is this pose? Just for those of you at home who are watching right now, Rob's got one leg out to the left side, one leg right out to the other side, basically giving a spready to the gods.
Wait, do you want to put your feet on that chair? Like, I can bring it here.
No, it's okay. I'm
You
fine.
sure? Because I can bring the couch out. It's not a big deal.
You know what?
There you go.
There we go.
Anyways, going on, I just think that this move by Disney is absolutely stupid, especially given the origins of Star Wars, the kinds of themes and the kinds of conversations that have stemmed from Star Wars. I just think it's ridiculous, and I think that if Disney wants to censor a word like slave because of the fact it has negative implications, I think you have to essentially censor Star Wars as a whole, given that it has a history of all of this terrible, evil stuff that in 2022 we rightfully think as terrible and evil, but we don't censor things or censor it because it has like, you know what I mean? I feel like I'm not wording this properly.
You gotta show evil in order to tell a story of good.
Wow, there you go, folks.
Was that hard?
Look, I'm not a good orator, all right? I can't speak.
Sauron had to be in Lord of the Rings in order us to understand the importance of the good guys. Pass the water, please.
Luca, do you want to get in on this? Because I know this is something that you really wanted to talk about and kind of get it on.
Well, no, I agree. I think just in the interest of sort of accuracy, I don't think, to be fair, I don't think they have renamed Slave One officially. It seems to me that again, this is all speculation because nothing's been announced, and I don't think anything will be announced, because I think what they're trying to do is just skirt around it by never mentioning it again. If like, I think
it's been renamed and all but named.
Yeah, it's been de facto renamed. I think is what's happening. So they haven't like officially gone out and said it, but they're sort of practically.
They're pushing that real good.
Yeah, and I agree. I don't really see the reason why. I think it was acceptable beforehand because we all understood that Boba Fett was a bad guy, right? So to name your ship something like the Slave One was sort of...
Did he even name it? This is the real...
Or his father named it.
Well, yeah, because it was Jango's property even before Boba Fett.
Okay, yeah, but real world speak, it was named for Boba Fett because he existed in the real world before Jango did, right?
That's fair.
Like, the ship was named before the prequels came out.
Right.
And I have no idea why they named it. I think it just sounded edgy, to be honest, or something like that. That's why they named it that.
Plot twist: the reason it's called Slave One is because technically Jango Fett is the original slave, given that he was the model for all the clones.
Maybe, right? Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Makes sense.
No, because wasn't it technically Slave One in the original trilogy as well?
They don't mention it by name. I was named
Sure,
afterwards,
but yeah.
right? Through like,
But for marketing purposes,
through promotional material and through the toy lines and stuff like that is where it got its name from. Which also is how Emperor Palpatine got his name as well, from promotional material and from the
because they never
Sidious.
technically use the term Palpatine in the OT.
Yeah, they just say
they only
Emperor.
call him Sidious
Yeah,
or Emperor.
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah, and in the
The
Thrawn
Emperor
novels
has
as
been
well.
expecting you.
Yeah.
The Emperor is
Well, yeah,
arriving
no,
here.
I know they never said Palpatine, but how did he get Palpatine? Just through.
Yeah, I forget what first coined it. I think it might have been whether it was the Star Wars cards by Topps which have background information stuff like that back in the day, or I know it was also mentioned. I think it was in the Thrawn trilogy. They mentioned
Oh, okay.
somewhere around there. It was some sort of promotional material. Might have been the Kenner Star Wars toys. Might have been the Star Wars cards. Something like that. But it wasn't mentioned in the movies. It was added in after the fact,
Right.
and then it was confirmed, I guess you could say, with the prequels, right?
Right.
But yeah, I don't really see what the point is, but like as I was saying, I think now that they're trying to shift Boba Fett into more of a front runner sort of, not hero, but maybe like ambiguously gray anti-hero.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're trying to do with him. That I guess obviously to the people up high, you can't have a ship named like that, right? Or they don't want children to be like, oh my god, Boba Fett is so cool, and then they go to the Walmart and their mother or father sees what the name of his ship is, and they're like, oh, so, like optics and stuff like that, right? I don't know. I think it's stupid in my opinion, but you know, and the way they're handling it is just worse, right? You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna change it, commit fully and change it, right? You know what? Or just
Don't skirt around it.
Yeah, or just destroy the ship and get a new one, right? In Star Wars Legends, Boba Fett had the Slave 1, then he had the Slave 2, and he had the Slave 3. He had 3 different ships,
of slaves.
right? Yeah,
A lot of slaves.
Yeah, and it was like it was a visually distinct ship every time, right?
Yeah.
Give him a new ship, let him rename it, right? You know, he could rename it something cool, like maybe he could have learned the name of that Tusken Raider lady
And renamed it that.
Exactly, right? Yeah, or he could have named it like Phoenix or something because he rises from the ashes of the Sarlacc or something, right?
Yeah.
Give it something cool, but they just sort of skirt around the issue,
Right.
and it doesn't make it any better. You know what I mean? So I don't like what they're doing with
I mean,
it
you
either.
really just could have called the ship the Raider.
Yeah, whatever, right? Call it whatever you want. Yeah,
Because we about to raid. No, I'm kidding.
yeah. But
yeah.
it's like sorry, I'll just
No,
one
no,
thing.
please, go ahead.
It's almost as if imagine the OT, but instead of every time they say Millennium Falcon, they say YT 1300 Corellian Light Freighter, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I love that.
That
Let's
doesn't
do
roll
it.
off
That's
the
the
tongue.
name.
You know what
That's
I mean? It's like, oh yeah, my light Corellian Freighter, she's the fastest ship in the galaxy. She'll do the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs, right? It doesn't roll off the tongue, right? You know what I mean?
I
Or
don't know. Corellian really rolls off the tongue for me.
Corellian.
that's
Corellian.
part of the name. It's not all of it. So, yeah.
Corellian.
Or I don't know. Instead of calling, what other ship is named? I was gonna say the Executor, but the Executor is officially called the Executor class Super Star Destroyer.
Yeah.
So that's kind of
Just like they call
redundant.
the X-Wings because they're X-Wings.
Yeah, so it's kind of redundant. But yeah, like the Millennium Falcon example. You know,
Yeah.
that's like.
I love how you knew exactly what the class of ship is.
Look, Luca is
Rob,
a class apart from
I've been
most
into
people.
Star Wars since before my memory can record. All right, so like, yeah.
I was watching
I'm a
the
nerd.
OT
I'm a
in
nerd.
the womb.
Listen, that's pretty cool. I never had like the
Yeah.
comics or anything like that.
Yeah, well, this is not even from the. This is from the. If you guys
You
ever
have
saw.
the dictionary.
Yeah, I did.
I had the
The visual dictionaries.
I had the Attack of the Clones one, but that was
My favorite were
That was
the
awesome.
the cross sections. Those are my favorite. Where they cut the ship in half and they
Mhm.
show the inner workings.
Mhm.
That's where they name a lot of the ships and stuff. And I love reading those as a kid. The X-wing is called the T-65, right?
Okay.
And then in the sequels, they have the T-70. That's the new, sleeker, stupider looking one, in my opinion.
Very much a sequel.
not wrong.
Ray, a stupider looking Luke.
There's a bunch of other cool ones.
But yeah, I want to get back
Go
on
ahead, yeah.
topic of the actual Book of Boba Fett episode. Sorry, that comes out wrong
here.
But like, no, because I know that you want to talk about, fire spray. I know.
No, I've said my piece on it.
Yeah, I wanted to let you get that off your
If you're gonna
chest.
rename it, do it officially. Come out and do it, right?
Yeah,
Just
own your position.
Yeah,
Just,
rip the Band-Aid off and do it, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Don't beat around the bush like
Yeah.
they're doing right now.
So I know you want to talk about fire spray. I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on the episode as a whole. I wanted to say personally, for me, I thought this episode is definitely... I know that both of them have already technically said it, but I genuinely think this is the most enjoyment I've had watching a
Yeah.
Book of Boba Fett episode since the show started. Episode 1, good, not great. Episode 2, good, not great. Episode 3, it's there. Episode 4, now that's what I'm talking
Now
about.
this is
Pod racing. Alright? There was a couple of things that I kind of took issue with. I hated the fact that the Slave 1 positions itself an inch over, like, the Sarlacc pit's mouth. I'm like, they're going to catch you. This is not even up for discussion. This thing, you're gonna get pulled in. And I have to say, the look on Boba's face as they're being pulled back into the Sarlacc pit
PTSD.
was like, oh my god, not again, please God, not again. Was pretty great.
But I understand why he had to get so
Yeah.
close.
Yeah, because he wanted to check out the pit. Although then he just goes into the pit anyways.
Well, yeah, the thing's dead.
Look, that's beside the
They
point.
threw a seismic charge in there. The thing is dead. Oh, speaking
That
of,
you know of.
I'm going to look up the anatomy of a Sarlacc pit.
While Rob is doing that, we finally got the scene I've been waiting for the entirety of the series, where Boba actually sits down with the rest of the families that are kind of running Mos Eisley and Mos Espa.
That's
The
gross.
Trandoshan family, and I can't remember the other two species. I'm going to say not Bith. Definitely not Bith. Trandoshan.
So one of them, the guys that have the two sort of mandibles, those are Aqualish.
And the dog faces?
I don't remember what the dog faces are called.
I'm just going to call them dog
Yeah,
Dog
yeah,
faces.
Yeah.
He sits down with them and says, "Hey, look, the Pikes, the criminal underground faction, they're taking over Tatooine. If we don't do something, they're going to swallow up the entire planet, and we're going to be left out on the side, basically holding our dicks. And we'll probably get executed along with the rest of them."
Speaking of holding our dicks, look at this Sarlacc pit here.
That was the most interesting transition I think I've ever seen in my life.
You are welcome.
Yo,
Scene?
that thing is huge.
Yeah.
By that thing, I mean like the actual Sarlacc, not other
Not
things
dicks.
it could. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Jeez, like it's deep.
It's gross.
Wow, it looks like me in the morning. Just an absolute decaying husk. But yeah, they finally did the kind of Godfather, which is really weird. They finally did the Godfather thing. I think that was my favorite part of the episode. And yet I hate the Godfather. I don't understand.
You like the idea of it.
Yeah, it's dope. It's just the Godfather's a trash film, and no one should ever have to suffer to watch it again.
I thought you were going to say no one should hang out with it.
I mean, no one should hang out with the Godfather. You will be shot. Did you not watch the film? They whack each other
I saw the guy
regularly.
was like, I'll make it an offer he can't refuse, and he cut off the horse's head and threw it in his bed.
Good stuff.
That's all I remember.
Yeah.
I also remember, like, there was that boat scene, and shoots the guy and throws him off the boat. I think that was another Godfather. Whatever, I don't care. I don't watch the damn thing anyways.
Good. You made the right choice.
I know.
Is there anything for the two of you that stood out in your mind as being overly good, or things that you're excited?
Overly good?
I don't know how else
It's
to
like
word it.
suspicious. This is too good. Something's up.
Hold
you know?
on. No, but like something that really stood out in your mind that you're like, oh shit, that was a really cool idea, or oh shit, this could have implications for later on. Anything for either of you two that you guys kind of picked out of the episode that you really, really liked, or really enjoyed, or looking forward to?
I'm just happy that we saw the Wookiee again, and I'm happy
Yes!
that he tore that Trandoshan's
Ocean's arm right off. Yeah, so there's
Trand-
literally a scene where he sees this starts with the K. I can't remember his actual name though. the Black Wookiee, and he's looking at these Trandoshans. And for those of you who don't know, Trandoshans basically hunt Wookiees for sport. Like they're like sworn enemies, like Jedi and Sith. So he sees these Trandoshans basically partying inside this kind of casino-esque lounge, and he basically says, "Nah, I'm gonna start some shit," and just white hole, just tosses them through tables, like throws them over tables, choke slams one guy onto a table. There's a lot of table action. Is what I'm trying to say here. So much. And anyways, eventually he picks up this one Trandoshan, and the head of the... There you go. Thank you.
Sorry.
There you go. We're good. It's gonna turn them slightly.
Sorry.
No, you're
We
fine.
should probably explain why it's general. Well, you continue, but
Yeah, I'll put my General Grievous on the screen right now. But no, the lady that kind of heads up this fancy casino lounge thing, it's like, hey, do you mind putting them down?
Nope.
People are staring. Do you mind? And he basically says, no, I don't think I will put him down, and proceeds to rip his arm off. Again, ripping your arm off on national television, A-okay. The name Slave One, no. Get rid of that. Can't have that. Anyways.
speaking about slaves, so the reason why we have General Grievous...
I'm not gonna lie, whenever I'm streaming on Twitch and Raw or something like that, I instantly begin to concern what's gonna come out of his mouth next.
Something completely unrelated.
All right.
Anyways, the reason we have General Grievous on the screen is because they did a funny little callback with a chef droid with 4 arms.
6.
Was it 6?
With 6 arms.
I'm pretty sure it was 4.
We can go back and review the
footage.
We'll review the
VFR.
I'm gonna say-
the play is under review.
I'm gonna say it was 4. I might be wrong. Anyways, 4
I
arms.
might be 4. I don't know.
Flailing butcher knives around, going after the Fett himself, and then
Lord Fett.
Lord
Fett.
Fett. Not yet.
No,
Not yet.
Fennec Shan has referred to him as Lord Fett, I'm pretty sure.
No, but not yet. And that was a flashback.
Oh yeah, technically speaking. Yeah.
So yeah, and then Fennec just slits the guy's throat. I was ready to see some
Technically, he cuts she cuts the droid's head off,
whatever.
not
Anyways,
slits his throat.
she did the motion of slitting throats. Anyways, I was kind of ready to see some throwdown. I was ready to see the reenactment of Grievous and Obi-Wan right there, but screw the audience, right?
It's a tease. It's, hey, do you like this? Not anymore.
Yeah, no.
I think it's more of a callback. Is, do you remember this? Oh, now we got your attention. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
that's what did it. That's why I like those.
And I have to say, I think that droid should go down in history as one of the greatest droids we've seen in Star Wars by far. It's like Chopper number 1,
Of course.
Excuse me?
R2D2 number 2, ironically, C3PO, and then that droid. And then Gonk can be 5th.
Well,
I have issue with Chopper being at the top.
Chopper has the highest kill
Kill
count
count of any
Star
character
Wars
in Star Wars. No, look it up.
Yeah.
I'll pull it up right now.
Yeah, if we don't include Death Star kill counts,
It still only counts as
because the
one.
Death Star is manipulated by multiple people, so you have to divide the
Well,
kill
it's
count
not,
by
Death
the
Star is not a droid.
exactly right. So Chopper has the highest kill count, on screen kill count.
Chopper, giving him in Season 2, Episode 18, Chopper detached a cargo hold containing at least 7 stormtroopers, leaving them stranded in space. Assuming that they weren't rescued, that gives him a total of 50,015 kills. In the Season 3 premieres, Chopper shot down a Mining Guild TIE fighter, giving him a grand total of 50,016 kills. Chopper is not only the most deadly character in Star Wars, he puts Palpatine and Vader to shame.
50,000 homicides. How many life sentences is that? That's a lot.
Do droids get life sentences? Because technically they're not...
Well, do they get the
Living?
right to a jury by their peers?
No.
And if so, can a droid be unbiased?
No.
Can a human be unbiased? That's
Actually,
the real
I would
question.
say the droids are more likely to be
Probably, yeah,
unbiased than
probably.
humans. What we're trying to say is AI should actually be sitting on our juries now. Which is a terrifying idea just to think about. Anyways, back to Book of Boba Fett. But yeah, like I said, oh, Rob's giving me that look like we're gonna have a talk later.
I have nothing to say to you.
Yeah, you do! Come on!
Nothing.
It's your old pal. Anyways, like I said,
Punching bag.
can we talk about the ending scene
Which one?
of the last scene of the episode? You delinquent. Okay? So, at the
last
end,
scene?
after Boba and Fennec kind of talk to / coerce or be fed to the Rancor about joining forces to fight off the Pikes, Fennec says, hey, this still isn't enough to fight them off.
Oh, yeah,
We're gonna need... So Rob just swung his fist back and smacked into one of my posters that has a casing. I swear to God, if that thing breaks, I'm gonna kill... In a video game. Just Rob, give it to me. Just give me the picture. Rob, just give me the picture.
Look, it's a poster of Destiny. It's not worth anything anyways. It's
Ow!
There.
nothing of value is lost.
There. Are you happy?
Is what I'd say if Luca died right now. Nothing of value was
Remember
lost.
who got you that poster. I'm just gonna say that, alright?
Yeah, it was Matthew. An actual friend.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Anyways.
Not even that good a game.
Oh, I'm gonna have an aneurysm. My head is actually beginning to hurt. No, but seriously. End of episode. Fennec says, hey, we need more muscle. And then Boba's like, muscle can be bought. Right? And Fennec's like, interesting theory. And then we hear the Mandalorian theme. If they bring him back, I will be a very happy human being, which may make me a hypocrite given our conversation on cameos for cameo's sakes, but damn it, I want him back.
It's the only cameo I will accept.
I'd accept
It is acceptable.
I'd accept the Vader cameo.
No,
Yeah.
he's dead.
Yeah, right.
No, I don't care, bring him back.
Fitting for somebody who's wearing a Vader shirt right now.
The GOAT.
Not
ladies and
only
gentlemen.
not only is he dead, he would have to return to the planet where he once lived in slavery.
Yeah.
And where his mom died.
And his lightsaber is
And
buried.
yeah.
Legit.
Yeah.
He's a
Well, his
force.
lightsaber isn't buried yet. That comes in the non-canon future.
The non-canon, non-film.
Yeah.
The thing that doesn't exist.
Star Wars knockoff.
But yeah, I'm getting flashbacks when they tore that lightsaber in half. I feel myself get upset and angry all at the same. Anyways, moving past my Vietnam flashbacks. But yeah, are you guys excited for a potential Mandalorian return? Do you want a Mandalorian return? Thoughts on the Pike War, given that we have like 3 episodes left?
Well, I hate the Pikes, so yeah, get those bastards out of Tatooine. Hashtag build the wall. Anyways,
Hashtag build the wall.
and I like the Mandalorian. If it would make sense for him to come back. If a cameo makes sense, then why would I hate the cameo?
Luca, thoughts, opinions, concerns?
I like the Pikes. I think they're cool.
Like they're cool, but I like to see them dead.
In a video game, in a video game, in a TV series.
I don't know. I think they're cool. As far as the cameo for the Mandalorian goes, is it necessary?
Potential?
Is it necessary? No.
Well, technically, nothing is necessary.
You're right.
We don't
You're
need
right.
a
I don't
Boba
need
Fett
food.
show.
You're right.
We don't need Star Wars. In fact, I need Star Wars.
Yeah, that's all
I can't
I
live without
need.
it. I can't. I'm like a crack addicted human being. I need a Star Wars.
I don't want them to just recruit Mandalorian. I want them to sort of do. I know you're talking about Kurosawa. I want them to do a sort of
Seven Samurai
deal
That would be pretty cool.
where they have
Boba, Fennec, the Wookiee, Mando,
yeah.
Bo-Katan,
I was thinking
Sasha
Bo.
Banks kind of thing.
Yeah, if they could get a ragtag sort of group of people, right? Like you know in the episode The Duel, the best episode of Star Wars Visions, which is inspired by Seven Samurai.
Yep.
Where you have
Wouldn't agree it's best, but yes, go on.
well you have the Sebulba in the probe droid.
Yep.
Right. You have the Trandoshan with the minigun.
Oh
You
yeah.
have- There's a lot of other colorful characters in the group, right? It's like a motley crew defenders, so to speak. That's what I want them to do. I don't want them to just bring in Mando and have him clean house. I think there needs to be sort of
A wide range.
a wider range, right? If they're truly touting this as a planetary scale war, then I'm sorry, but the Space Vespa gang and 2 Gamorrean guards is not going to be...
He's not going to cut it.
And the Wookiee, right? So that's a total of 10 people maximum, right? That's not going to cut it on a planetary scale war, right?
Right.
That Gina chick isn't back.
They canceled her show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Well, they
such,
canceled her, and then they canceled her
That's
show.
such a bummer. If
Not
she
to
was
mention,
in
I don't
that
think they'd
too-
invite her anyways, because she works for the New Republic, so...
Yeah.
That would be the...
well, actually, yeah, that makes sense.
That'd
I
be
forgot.
equivalent of like the FBI going to like Colombia and helping like the criminal.
Oh, I'm
element
getting in
there.
trouble for that
Like,
comparison.
You know, I'm just saying, but
You're right. I actually totally forgot that
Right.
she did that. So.
And yet, she still got involved in the Mandalorian shit.
because he's not overtly criminal, you know.
He is a bounty hunter. Technically, he's working with.
Isn't bounty hunting technically illegal under the New Republic?
Well, nobody knows because
traffic.
nobody knows because the lore is so screwed up and they don't provide any background on this anyway. So like,
This is true.
you know.
True.
yeah.
I'm down with it. I like the bounty hunting.
Robin the Corner, I'm down with it.
I like the bounty hunting
Yeah.
stuff. I don't see why it would
I
be
don't know.
illegal.
I think when you're talking about that scene where they're talking with the other crime families, they don't agree to help him. All they agree to do is remain neutral in the event that the Pikes approach him.
Sure,
Which
but
I think-
they agree to aid Boba Fett if there comes a time where the Pikes begin to overtly and aggressively try to take Tatooine.
Sure.
So it's we agree to help you, but not because we like you, because we're more concerned with our own self-interest.
Yeah, they're allies of circumstance, right?
Yeah.
So I think what they should do in the future is press that to its fullest, right? Have the Pikes launch like a full scale attack, and then have like everyone involved, right? Because I think
Right.
that would make for better television.
Right.
I think. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how they do the cameo. I'm not really like too thrilled about it, but
I mean, actually, this is the
It
most
makes
hype
more-
I've been for a a thing in Star Wars in a while.
really,
Yeah. I
That's
think
good.
I think
That's good.
I think since Mandalorian season 2 finale, I'm pretty hyped to see Mando come back. We'll see if they do the cameo properly. If it's just him coming in and cleaning house, I'll have a problem. Like kind of like you were saying, if we're setting this up to be some sort of even at a city level, right? A citywide war, there better be some high stakes.
If
Someone
it's a citywide war, I'd have a problem because you know, Star Wars is very large
Planetary.
scale stuff.
Sure, but like I think because you have to conquer a city right before you conquer a planet.
not only that, but all
Fair
the
enough.
crime families are from one city, Mos Espa.
And it's only
Yeah.
season 1.
Well, we don't even know if we're getting a season 2.
Oh, we don't?
We have
Okay.
no idea.
Season 2.
I would assume, well, actually, based on the reviews so far of like the fans and everyone's overall taste, it might not get a season 2.
That's too
We
bad.
don't know because from what everything I've read and watched and seen, it seems like everyone's pretty at the max, lukewarm about the series.
They're placated.
Yeah, they're like, great, more Star Wars, we're happy, but like,
Meh.
is this all you brought to the table kind of thing? Whereas like when Mandalorian came out, people were hyped as shit for that series. Probably because of the little green guy, but like,
For me, it was because of a gunslinging Mandalorian.
yeah,
Come on.
I agree.
Why? Like, I'm gonna have to take your side here. Like, what? Like, it's just a Yoda.
It's
literally.
it's just a
it was
baby
there.
Yoda.
It was there to
I
make.
won't even get started with this.
It was there
No,
to
no,
make.
Luca,
no, no, no,
Luca,
hold on,
Luca.
hold on, hold on, hold
Prime
on.
content.
Hold on. It was there to make plushies and freaking toys like that, and maybe body pillows if you're like a
That kind of
like a
stuff.
freak
child.
like a freak or so. Well, technically he's 15 years old.
Chat says, but it's a cute one. Luca, do you want to take it away
No,
and give
no,
us
no,
your
I'm
opinion
not,
on?
I'm not going into that. I'm
Come
not
on,
going
you can do it.
no,
You
no,
can
no.
do it, Luca, for the channel.
No,
This is content. This
Baby
is
Yoda
free
is a
content.
MacGuffin, and that's all you need to know. He's not a real character. That's it. He just serves a purpose
Does
to the
baby
story.
does Baby Yoda deserve rights?
Oh gosh.
I feel
He's
like-
shaking his head. He's like shaking his
I
head.
feel like this is a loaded question. Like,
It's a very simple question. Do you believe that?
do I believe a fictional character in a fictional universe deserves whatever rights are attributed to his
Yes.
role in society. I don't know.
Do you think Baby Yoda should live?
sidestepping through the question here. Where you're pretty invested in Star Wars, but now you're like this fictional place, this fictional
I
time.
want you to know.
What does it matter?
You're giving the answer the Americans gave in World War II. It's like, well, do you think that we should like nuclear bomb Hiroshima? And they're like, look, maybe. That's what I'm trying to say here.
Well,
While simultaneously like pressing the button behind.
I believe that
I
we
don't
should
appreciate
use
the comparison. First of all, I don't appreciate the comparison because there was opposition to that. Second of all, Baby Yoda's like
it's gonna be okay.
No, it's just like I don't.
Do you think that
like-
Baby Yoda deserves to live?
No. If you're asking me that, no, I don't. No, I don't.
Can it have rights? Maybe. Should it live? Absolutely not.
I think those are totally different things. But like, no, he doesn't. I think he served his purpose, and I think Disney, being the corporate overlords they are, can dispose of him. You know,
which they did.
Chat says, I think Luca wouldn't mind blowing him up.
Yeah.
Just right up. See, Disney, take note. This is called owning a position.
Yeah, I
Stand your ground, man.
He can get blown up. I wouldn't mind. I think the outrage would be significant, but I wouldn't mind.
Like, he's gone. I don't even know why it matters
now.
anymore. He's gone.
Now.
Knowing Disney, they'd probably kill him like off screen, right? Because we know he doesn't show up to Luke's Jedi Academy,
right?
So something happens along the way, and they don't have the cojones to actually show it on screen, right? So they're just gonna like do it in some expanded visual dictionary, right? They'll be like, Grogu met an unfortunate end. While I don't know. While
he fell into the Sarlacc pit while it was being freaking detonated.
Yeah, exactly right. Something like that.
Luke
he got exploded.
Luke had a bad dream, and he had a bad dream, and Luke and Jake ended his life.
Yeah, but I do want to bring something up about that though.
Please go ahead. I'm glad that we're on this topic, by the way.
If we do get a Mando cameo, if we do get that, they will have to explain what's going on with Grogu, right? Right, because I don't think they can sort of just like feign sort of ignorance.
No,
like,
Bubba will probably be like, "Where's the kid?"
Yeah, or something like that, right?
And to which Mando will take off his helmet, weep manly tears, and go, "It's none of your goddamn business."
Yeah, not only that, but we don't know what's going to happen in season 3 of Mandalorian. But we know that the title of Mandalore is being disputed over who claims the Darksaber, right?
Bo-Katan versus Mando,
right?
Because technically he owns the saber, which means he owns Mandalore.
So is this going to happen post the resolution of that? Is this going to happen while that's happening? In which case, do they just put the Mandalore thing aside because they got to help some random dude defend his planet from?
No, I
hope Bo-Katan and Mando go to war against each other.
I would be down.
So they should, like a civil war.
And I actually legitimately hope that we get we've just left the Boba Fett conversation, all right? I kind of want to see like full like Mando ends up showing up on Mandalore somehow or whatever, and there's a full propaganda war where it's like Bo-Katan is like a traitor to the Mandalorian race. She's unfit to be ruler. Mando's like, I just wanted to save the kids. I just can I just go back to like bounty hunting, and like the whole populace was like praising him like a god.
So it's literally Dune, right? He's the Messiah in a sense, just like Dune, right? It's someone who unwittingly comes into messianic.
A messianic role.
Yeah, exactly.
But Paul owns it. Who knows what Mando will do?
Exactly, and that's an interesting take, right? They don't have to follow Dune to the letter; they can spin it their own way.
Yeah,
you know.
Paul's like, this is the only way to peace.
Right, but even still, he regrets his actions later on.
Well, of course, because he genocides like
a
bunch of people.
Yeah, so not him, but his followers do.
Well. Yeah, but like his
actions,
his messianic appearance is the cause of all the genocide.
So
I actually haven't read the books, but
neither have I. Thanks for spoiling it.
I'm not a fan of the book anyway.
I really want to read it. I don't. It's really good.
I don't like the style of writing, but that's just me.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't really.
Sorry. Wow. Okay.
It's fine. It's fine.
That's fine.
Ooh, I think I've touched a nerve, guys. I think I've touched a nerve. I did the thing, and Lou was like, "No, it's fine. Really, it's fine."
Oh, okay. I thought you were looking at your computer as if you read a comment.
No. It would be like, see, look at what you. It's fine. It's fine. And the next time you hear it's like, it's like, oh god.
It's fine.
Say it again. I dare you. It's fine. Say it again. Say it again. I dare you.
No harm will befall
Look
you.
how fine it is. It's 6 shells fine.
It's one atom bomb fine.
It's a full magazine worth of fine right here.
Exactly. But yeah, we actually have plenty of time to talk. We are at the hour mark. However, it is only 11:20, so we can continue this conversation. Is there any topics you guys want to talk, get into regarding the episode? Things that you think could be interconnected to other Star Wars stories, things like that.
Well, do you want to do the final thoughts, I guess?
I mean, we can give
if
final
this-
thoughts, and we can also keep talking. So we technically have
I mean, final thoughts about the episode. And then
Oh
we can
yeah,
spin into
That's fine.
something
That's fine.
else.
Final thoughts.
Or however
Final
you
thoughts
wanna
on the episode. Rob, take it away. I'm putting you under the spotlight.
It was okay. There was nothing that really stood out for me. I guess
You
I
can do
have
it.
the same quote-unquote gripes as you two. Like, for example, with the bionics and...
See, this is the issue. We all pretty much agree with each other on pretty
Yeah,
much everything.
we're all like, you know...
I really enjoy this episode. Like, if the rest of the episodes are like this episode,
I'll be content, for sure.
I'll have like a positive view of the whole series.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I'm not saying that I hated it, obviously.
We need someone who like hates Star Wars to be on the podcast.
Yeah. We need it. We need that.
We need that.
It's, I don't know. Especially considering, like, the last 3 episodes have been really lackluster, and only
Right.
now, at, like, the more than halfway mark,
At the end. Go ahead.
close. Very close.
Only now at the halfway mark.
Only now is it really picking up steam is kind of a disappointment.
Right?
I don't know. But we'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes.
Alrighty. Luca, thoughts, opinions, final thoughts on the episode.
I enjoyed it. I don't know if I enjoyed it more than the second one. I'm gonna
because
say
of the speed chase.
the train
The train is prime content.
the
That was
train
prime
in episode
content.
2 was probably my favorite portion of the show so far. But I
Right.
do think that this episode might have been a little bit more consistently yeah, I think the show might have been a little bit more consistently like enjoyable to me. So I think my ranking is going to be from best to worst. I think I'm going to go episode 4, episode 2, episode 1, and then 50 spaces, and then Baby Yoda, and then episode 3.
Wow,
That's-
that's pretty impressive. I like that ranking system.
Thank you. Yeah,
You
it's
really
patent
hate
pending.
Baby Yoda. I don't think I've...
I don't know.
I don't think
Episode 3 is better than Baby Yoda, but only slightly.
Wow.
Both of them are similar in that they don't really serve a big purpose to the overarching story.
What are you talking about? Of course, Baby Yoda is a driving point.
Okay,
The
yeah,
Mandalorian story.
that's the problem with him, is he's not a character, he's just a driving point.
A MacGuffin.
He's a MacGuffin, yeah. He's just there for shit to happen around him, you know?
And
Yeah.
for merchandising.
Yeah, and for merchandising. And that part in the 7th episode of the first Mandalorian season, where he force heals Grief Karga, which came out a week before Rise of Skywalker came out, and which foreshadowed force healing, was complete bonkers. Okay, that was like... that was so dumb, because like...
That's funny.
I still to this day swear that they're testing the waters with that. I feel like they knew... you know, like, I don't know...
I just hate that, like... I do hate that he got, like he lifted that rhino,
Yeah, the Mudhorn.
the Mudhorn, like... What was it? 2nd episode, right? It was 2nd episode he lifted the Mudhorn, and it's like... Anakin couldn't do that. What the hell? Isn't Anakin the chosen one? How are you doing this stuff when it's like, I understand you're a race of highly sensitive in terms of like force wielding, like a highly force sensitive race, but like this is kind of
Absolutely.
shut up. This is kind of push.
Chat says bonkers.
Absolute bonkers.
What are we talking about? Sorry, I had to run out for a quick second.
Well, to give Baby Yoda credit, at least he does faint after the force exertion.
I don't give a damn.
No, man, come on. It's better than nothing, all right? It's
Yeah,
better
but like
than
he's been
shooting
trained
dead.
at the Jedi Temple, so like it would make sense he's able to use the Force, or be at least proficient with it in some regard.
He hasn't been trained anywhere.
He was
Well,
actually.
was he?
isn't it
I don't
canon
think-
he was trained at the Jedi Temple?
I don't
and
think so.
at
He
the-
was like,
Wasn't he
okay,
hidden
he's
away?
50 years old.
Yeah.
So yeah, he went to the Jedi Temple, but
No, wait, let's
still
do no.
he's
Let's
still an infant.
no. Hold on. Let's so between episode 3 and episode 4, there's 19 years, right? Add 4 more to that to get to Return of the Jedi, so that's 23, and then I think it was add 1 or 2 more to get to Mandalorian.
I thought it was like 7 years after. Okay.
No. I think it's 1 or 2 years after Return of the Jedi. So let's say 25 years. So take 25, subtract that from 50. He was 25 during Order 66, which for him must have probably been like a tadpole, right? I don't know how Yodas evolve or grow up, but like
Grogu was trained in the Jedi Temple by several Jedi Masters.
At the age of 25?
Yeah.
Like his 25?
Born in approximately 41 BBY during the era of the Galactic Republic, the mysterious alien known as Grogu, or Baby Yoda, was raised in the Jedi Temple on Coruscant and trained by several Masters until the Jedi Order fell in the Great Jedi Purge at the end of the Clone Wars.
But where's that from? Does it say the source of that?
Wikipedia.
Oh, I know Wikipedia, but like they usually list the sources of where they get that information from.
Let me see if I can try to find it.
Is there a little number in the top corner at the end of that sentence?
Yeah.
If you click on it, it should take you to where it's from.
Hold on, there's...
Yeah, good episode.
Okay.
Good episode.
Yeah, it was alright. Was it okay?
The source is from Mandalorian, Chapter 13, The Jedi. Which I'm pretty sure is Ahsoka, the Ahsoka episode.
Yeah. Did she explicitly say he was trained by multiple Jedi Masters?
I'm pretty sure.
Gotta love it.
I don't know.
I'll go back and rewatch the episode again.
That seems kind of wonky, but...
That's what it says on Wikipedia.
Right.
And Wikipedia, generally speaking, knows what it's talking about.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. It's not their fault that the canon is kind of screwed up.
Yeah, but that is what it is. So at this point, I think we can kind of move into some free-range content. Is there anything you guys want to talk about in particular when it comes to Star Wars? Which is, I know, a pretty broad subject, but anything you guys want to get into right now? Because I am down to talk about literally whatever. By the way, I don't want to give any illusions. This is not structured at all. We're just...
We have a script.
There's no script, I swear to God. You can't script this.
It's impossible.
We're literally just shooting the shit, so just to be clear, there's no structure to any of this. But yeah, anything you guys want to talk about in particular? Your silence is deafening.
Sorry, I was just looking at Grievous. He's so beautiful. Look at his eyes.
The yellow putrid vomit-colored eyes?
Beautiful. Beautiful.
So I guess we'll leave Grievous and Rob alone for a moment. He has 4 fists, so Rob, you better...
Pucker up.
In a manner of speaking, sure.
Let's talk about how horrible the Kenobi show will be.
It'll be great.
You know what? Since we have it's gonna be great and
I was joking.
okay. I tried. I'm trying. Rob, work with
Look,
me here.
it's Boba. Okay, so we're watching Boba Fretting right now.
We are seeing a great amount of Boba Fretting. That's correct.
So it didn't get good till episode 4.
Yep.
How many episodes is the Obi-Wan thing gonna be?
I think Austin knows.
I think
6?
it's 6, but I don't think we
Okay, so
have
it's gonna
an
be
official
less.
confirmation on that.
I don't know. It might turn out okay, but like
Google,
it's
How
it's
many
during
episodes?
the Galactic Civil War, right? It's
Well-
him as a hermit.
Yeah,
Kenobi have?
we
I
think.
don't-
We think.
I don't think it's gonna be
6. I was right. And each episode will be an hour long.
That's confirmed. Is that like
It's quote.
Is
it's
that a
quite,
contract?
Quote. It's quite something to get over. McGregor also confirmed the narrative will unfold over 6 episodes, which will each be roughly an hour long.
Roughly.
That is a direct quote. So we're looking at 45 minutes to an hour.
Okay.
Okay?
Well, it's from Jesus himself, so it's okay.
It could
Christ himself.
It could turn out well. They could do some.
So you
some
know what?
interesting things.
Let's
Who knows?
talk about that. Let's talk about the potential for this show. Rob, so we all know where Lucas stands. Rob, why don't you give us your thoughts? What do you want to see from the show? What are you looking forward to? What do you not want to see? That kind of stuff.
Honestly, I'm not entirely sure.
God damn it, Rob. Work with me here.
Shut up, I'm trying.
This is content.
I'd be interested in some sort of, like, obviously he's a hermit, so
Gee,
that
thanks. Go ahead.
Shut your mouth.
Go ahead.
You're asking me. I've been put on the spot.
Proceeds to nearly kick the mic over.
Frick, whatever.
That's fine.
Yeah, I honestly, I don't really know what to expect from it. I just kind of go in guns blazing and
What are
hope
your
I enjoy it.
hopes, dreams, and aspirations for the show?
Well, it's going to have Ewan McGregor, so that's already pretty cool.
It's like pulling teeth to get just anything from this guy.
What? Okay, hold on. You go first, and maybe.
No, you don't want me to talk about it.
Oh, I want you to
No,
talk
no,
about
no.
it.
Ding,
gather
ding,
my
ding,
thoughts.
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Fight Night.
My hopes for the Kenobi show is that it'll be 6-hour-long episodes of the, you know the public broadcast channel that has all the colorful like rainbow lights and has like the little loading logo and stuff. I just want 6 episodes of that.
Wow.
Because whatever they do, I don't think they will do the character justice.
Probably not.
Like,
Lucas' position is that the show shouldn't exist.
No, I understand it's pessimistic, but like I don't see any reason for this
it's
whatsoever.
2022. They've already ruined Luke Skywalker. I'm not necessarily surprised if they do that.
Yeah, like I'm glad they got Ewan back. That's awesome. But
and
like
Hayden.
Yeah.
And Hayden.
Right, but
our Lord and Savior.
But this just like it pains me so much because they should have just done a live action Clone Wars show instead. They could have done so much more with that, and they could have had so much more freedom with that than they will with the Kenobi show.
I would like to take the devil's advocate position
God.
during this.
Wait, why would they make a live Clone Wars? They've already made Clone Wars. Clone Wars is done.
Well, why would they make a Kenobi show about him being on Tatooine for 19 years
No,
and
I
watching
agree.
over Luke?
It's
Yeah.
kind of like what content is there to be had?
Well, in my opinion,
Kenobi?
there's more content to be had from a live-action Clone Wars show because that's a war that spans,
But they shouldn't do that. Why do you care? It's done. Why should you care? It's done.
Why should I care about
It
the
ended.
Kenobi show?
I'm not saying you should, but why would you?
He's saying if you're not
No,
gonna care about the Kenobi show, it would also be consistent to also simultaneously not care about the Clone Wars show because of the fact it seems as if we've wrung enough content from it over the 7 seasons of Clone Wars were also on TV.
But I'm just
would
saying.
that be an accurate
To a degree,
assumption
sure.
of?
Well, no, I'm saying, in my opinion, there could be more room for stuff with that than there could be with the Kenobi show because they're not limited by what planet they have to be on and what timeline they have to fit in
Clone Wars
necessarily.
other than
Yes, I'm not debating that Clone Wars is not a
Clone Wars
complete
ran its
package.
course.
I agree it did, but I feel like they could do more with that if you want to bring because even before Kenobi was announced, right? The fan demand for Hayden to come back, right, and for Ewan as well was I think pretty palpable, right? Or you could say. Right, or you could say it was a sentiment that was shared by a large part of the community, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like from Disney's point of view, it is sort of a no-brainer to bring these people back, right? Look at how heavily the marketing of Kenobi show, and by heavily I mean in its entirety, the marketing of the Kenobi show so far has just been sit Ewan in a chair and tell him or make him talk about the show,
Yeah.
right? They know the audience, they know who they're selling to. For all their villainy, they are smart. They know how to make money,
Yeah.
right?
These people aren't stupid.
Right, so I think it was inevitable that they would bring Ewan or Hayden or whoever else back because A, they have a lot of money, and B, I don't fault them for this whatsoever, but actors like getting paydays, right? And a payday from Disney is nothing to scoff at, right? So
Yeah.
I think that bringing them back is kind of an inevitability at this point, and I wish they could have done something else than have it be in the Kenobi show because personally I just don't think that's a good
like short tales from the Clone Wars.
why not in my opinion I feel like they have more room to work with that, right? It doesn't even have to be like anything spectacular, but if they can recapture the chemistry that Ewan and Hayden have in Revenge of the Sith, right?
Which I don't think is a difficult thing to do at all.
I agree. I think they're both very talented actors, and I think they could probably pull it off, right? If they could recapture that chemistry and, send them to some far-off planet and have them fight battle droids for 45 minutes, I would prefer that to the Kenobi show, right?
I just
I
want
wouldn't mind some just pure raw action.
Yeah,
live action, sure.
just think about it. Think about it as DLC for Revenge of the Sith. No,
As a
honestly,
Destiny fan,
yeah,
I know all about a good DLC.
Yeah. Think about it like that, right? In my opinion,
you play Destiny. What are you talking about?
Look, we got Witch Queen dropping in like a month, alright? I'm hyped. I'm jacked to the tits.
Probably
I'm
gonna be
ready
five,
to go.
5 quests. 5 quests, and that's
The
it.
Hive are using the light.
That's dumb.
No, it's not. It's
Stupid.
fantastic.
No, that's the dumbest
Anyways,
thing I've ever
we're not-
heard.
Wait,
Hive
wait,
using
I
the-
just-
Here we go.
I just-
Now it's just going to be a Destiny
I just-
talk
I
about
just-
their darkness.
No, I just realized how dumb the Destiny stuff has been so far. Like the collective
I never
IQ
should
has
have
been
even mentioned
2.
it.
No.
Hive is using light.
No, but get this. Like this is the Bungie boardroom meeting, right? What was the previous DLC called before Witch Queen?
Beyond Light.
Beyond Light, right? This is the Bungie boardroom meeting, right? So you have fucking I don't even know if Jim.
Yo, Lucas dropping F-bomb. You know he's furious.
So the Bungie boardroom meeting, all the executives.
By the way, this is getting clipped, just for record.
Right. All the executives walk in, right? They have like some high grade narcotics, right? And they're like, hey guys, you know what would be really cool? If we had the good guys from the video game use the bad guys' special power, right? And someone's mind must have just like collectively blown right there, right? And then 3 months later, right? They congregate back and they're like, okay guys, we need ideas for the next DLC, right? And then the same guy with the weapons grade narcotics says, hey guys, what if we make the bad guys use the good guys' power? You know, it's like I'm sorry. It's just like I swear a toddler could create a better awesome setting for this DLC.
I told you.
You know
it's
what I mean?
Dumb.
It's like
Thank you for immortalizing that.
you know those big spinny boards that you have that you have to choose something
Wheel
randomly?
of
The Wheel of Fortune. They brought it in. They spin it. They're like, okay, they spin it, and there's like, yeah, that's what they spin it. They get Guardians and they get Darkness, and then next month they spin it. They get who's using the light? The Hive, the stupid space zombies, whatever. They spin the Hive and they get the light. And next time it'll be the robot dudes and it'll be the gray because that's the mixture of light and dark. I don't know. Whatever. I'm trying to think of some other power.
We already
right?
know the next couple
Stasis
of DLCs that
or
are coming out.
whatever.
I'm pretty sure it's Witch Queen, and then 2 years from now we're getting the DLC called Lightfall. So everyone's kind of assuming that, like, hey, the Traveler's going to bite it or whatever, and there's only going to be darkness, and then it's going to be like, see, I told you shouldn't have touched the icy power, but here we are.
No, but you just it doesn't. It
Why
seems
is the
so.
Hive using the light?
Oh, Savathun ended up finding a way to tap into the power of the Traveler.
And it won't be explained in classic Destiny fashion.
Actually, okay, hold on. I have to go on a Destiny defense right here.
Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, so when Gord or whatever his name, Gord,
Gord!
when Gaul got,
By the way, if you're here for the Star Wars content, my apologies. You're not getting it right now.
when Gaul finally got the power of the light turned on him, and it
Because
destroyed
he's a bad guy.
because he. Astute observation.
Yeah.
young
I
Padawan.
could be a Bungie executive, you know?
Because he's a bad guy. And now the Hive is using the light. And it sounds like it's going to be happening throughout this entire
Most likely.
quest line. So explain to me how the Hive are any better.
I can't explain it to you right now because it hasn't come out yet.
Explain to me how the Hive is any better than the fat guy.
Whoa.
He's fat.
You've crossed a line.
The Cabal.
As a fellow fat guy, alright?
Oh, is that the guy who looks like a naked mole rat?
Yeah.
Like his companion guy?
Yeah.
Whatever his name is?
I'd say the Cabal are more just than the Hive. And
I don't
yet,
think any of them are just. They're in Destiny. Like...
Do you
Damn.
see the pain that I have to live
The
with?
only thing they are entitled to is summarily executed, and that's it.
In a video game.
In a video game.
Literally in a video game.
Not in real life.
Not in real life, Twitch. Just be clear about that. Look, I enjoy the game. It's fun.
Can I ask
it's
a question?
entertaining.
Can I ask a question?
The story has been fantastic over the past 3
but
seasons.
clearly you're wrong.
And it has been ramping up to this greatness.
What happened to those blue people that lived in the asteroid belt?
The
Awoken.
Yeah, what happened to them?
They've been. Well, the Taken King kind of nuked their asses. Now Mara's back. We spent the last season summoning her priestesses from the Awoken and the Reef and all that good stuff. Thank you, chat. I'm so sorry, Austin. Thank you. I appreciate
stop
that.
sucking up to him.
Oh, Lord of mercy. But yeah. No, even people outside of the gaming, I shouldn't say outside the gaming community, people within the gaming community that do games reviews and all that stuff have been saying what you have been saying about Destiny for the last basically 2 years. However, even they now have been like, you know what? Destiny's actually looking good finally. It's finally polished. The game is good. The story is starting to ramp up to where we have real what do you call it? Themes and areas to explore philosophically. Like, it looks great. Everything is good.
And yet I have to pay $70 for every freaking DLC.
You have to pay $70 for the theme, quote unquote, of
Bad
guy uses good guy
for
power.
The theme.
Can
I can be a dick too, you know.
I share an anecdotal experience I had?
Yes,
sure,
please.
Luca.
So this happened a few days ago when I was in No Frills, right? So I'm going down the aisles, right? I'm in the freezer section, right? And I see these.
Did they ask you did they show you a DLC for
No.
ground meat that you were gonna try?
No. So I'm walking down, right, and I see these two No Frills workers who are stocking the shelves, right? And I happen to overhear their conversation, and I determine they're talking about Destiny, right? And
as all people should be.
And the conversation,
preaching the gospel.
In broad strokes, the conversation goes something like, "Oh yeah, I started recently getting into Destiny, and then I realized that half the map was gone and that it's been shut out, right?
Yeah.
Because they sunsetted a lot of content, right?
In order to bring in a bunch of new planets and stuff that they're planning on doing so, they got rid of Mars, they got rid of Venus, they got rid of Io, they got rid of. There's one other place they got rid of.
And then
the Reef is getting nuked as well for next season.
Yeah, and then the other guy says something along the lines of, "Oh, that sucks. Well, it's not like it was good content anyways." And then the other guy was like, "Yeah, you're right, but I'm excited for this one now." I swear, playing Destiny is like being in an abusive relationship, honestly. Like,
just keep coming back for more, though.
Yeah, exactly, right? It's like
you just won't admit that you're being just harassed and abused all the time.
And I swear on my life, this is the conversation that I overheard. You know, like, that's what happened straight up.
Like, the $70 you give to Bungie is like the tuna casserole that they just throw in your face every night.
I believe the analogy that Luca is making here is like if you have like a guy who's like beating his wife, he kicks her down the stairs, and then like the Destiny 2 players are like the person being kicked down the stairs, and as she like gets up bruised, bloodied, and broken, I'm fine, Destiny 2 is still a great game, it's fine.
Well,
and then like
you
the
brought
guy
it there,
comes,
okay?
comes down the stairs or whatever, and like punts her down again. Like, and that's just the repetitive like of each DLC being released.
Jeez, how many staircases are there?
Several. This is a very large house, alright?
Yeah, I just... Okay, can we talk honestly for a second? I just want to ask something. What is... Because I don't keep up with this so much, but what is the justification that Bungie used to sunset some of the old content? What was their justification?
I believe, and I'm going to do a rough... I'm not going to do the argument justice, but essentially it's... in order to make room for new content, they just don't have the room on their, I think, either their servers or the way in which they're keeping the game live and things like that. They just don't have enough room to keep all of the content possible. Now, hold on. Let me respond, because within the entire Destiny 2 community, there has been rampant calls for end to sunsetting, to bring back things that Destiny 2 has already sunset in favor of new DLCs. There's been a lot of conversation in the Destiny 2 community about, hey, the new light quest that you get when you first log on to Destiny 2 nowadays is an absolute joke in comparison to actually getting to play through the campaign, actually being able to play through the original DLCs that have now all been sunsetted. And there's been a lot of conversation that new light players should receive all of this back free of charge because the business, the corporation, made a horrendous mistake by doing the things that they did.
Hold on.
Yes.
Can I play the original 3?
No. They're gone.
You can't play the campaign. You can't play the campaign anymore. That's been lost.
It's gone.
Ow.
Yeah. That's the craziest part.
Why would you pay for a game that you can't even play?
Well, you just can't play old content.
Exactly. So I ask again, why would you pay for a game that you can't even play?
Because of the fact that they're replacing old content with new content.
But I paid for that game.
That's why.
I paid for that DLC, and if I can't replay
because as Luca has said, Destiny 2 players basically have Stockholm syndrome.
They do. No,
I agree.
Your argument is absolutely
Totally
valid. Is absolutely valid. If you pay for something, and that's the worst thing about this.
That's scummy.
Yeah, that's the worst thing about
scummy.
this trend to making video games more and more online services, right? A la Netflix or whatever, right? Is the fact that the content that you paid for will invariably be
replaced by
inaccessible, right? It'll be inaccessible sometime,
yeah.
right? And people that have played MMOs have known this forever. But even MMOs, you can usually go back to the earlier stuff, right?
SWTOR, I'm playing from the beginning.
Exactly, right? Yeah,
nothing is shut off. Nothing
exactly.
Is
Yeah, nothing has been sunsetted there. And I don't understand. It is, in my opinion, just greedy what Bungie is doing, right? Because they make the argument of there's not enough space on the servers, right?
Make more space. You're a corporation,
right. And correct me if I'm wrong, Austin, but when you buy the new DLC, you still have to download it, right?
Correct.
And how many gigabytes is that roughly? Right?
To be completely honest with you, I can't tell you how much gigabytes or how much it takes
but the fact of the matter is, I think a lot of this data is normally stored. What's the word?
In the
client side, right? Mm-hmm. Stored on your own PlayStation, right? A lot of the assets and stuff like that, weapons, skins, animations, sounds, etc., is also stored locally, right? At least that's how it was before. I don't know how they do it now, because everything is... Now Destiny 2 is nothing like it started out, right? So it's completely different, so I don't know how they do it now. But yeah, the fact that they can't get more storage space when Bungie is owned by Microsoft, who owns Microsoft Azure, which is a service for renting out server space to other companies. Am I the only one that doesn't?
Sorry, I'm listening. I'm literally pulling up the justification directly from the horse's mouth on why they chose to do this thing.
But you're entirely right though. If you paid for something. Regardless if it was 5 years ago, if you paid for it, you should be entitled to access it whenever you want, right?
That's if I can't...
And I agree, for the record, I'm not in favor of them getting rid of the old content. I agree with you. It should be made accessible, because new players are, in my opinion, being cheated out of old content that, in my opinion, although I know a lot of people disagree with me, I enjoyed playing through it.
I
don't know how many times... Do you remember when... we used to multiplayer the Destiny 2 campaign?
That was super fun.
Because I had so much... I'm telling you, I must have played through that campaign probably close to over a dozen times.
I had a great time with it.
Great stuff.
So the fact that I can't, especially since I paid for it, that I can't play it again is, baffling. Why? Here's my question. Why didn't they just make Destiny 3? Just make a new game. If you're gonna
they want to keep it a live service.
Yeah, they're shifting to the live service model.
But you've destroyed the game. So
they don't care. It's a scorched.
I wouldn't say that they've. The thing is, I agree. It's kind of behavior. They shouldn't do it. You can even make a decent justification that it's morally unethical on the consumer side because people who paid for the content are being screwed out of it. But the thing is, my opinion is that all of this is bad. But it is not as if that they are sunsetting all of this content and then not replacing it with anything. They are still at least replacing it, though I do think it should be accessible. There's a section of the Destiny 2 map when you pull up the game, and it actually has, it houses the planets or whatever, but there's a section that's dedicated for past Destiny 2 content. In my opinion, why can't they just shove all of that stuff in that section of the map? For example, the newest raid of Vault of Glass is a Destiny 1 raid, right? However, the Destiny 1 raid has been relegated to that section of the map and that section of the, I guess you would say, servers or whatever. So it is possible for them to bring back old stuff, and the good thing is that the raid was free of charge. You didn't have to pay to get access to it, which is at least some good. I fail to see why you can't do the same with the old content, like the original D1 campaign, the original DLC for it, which was Curse of Osiris. My favorite DLC, by the way, although Witch Queen is going to probably give that a run for its money. Literally and metaphorically.
They said the same thing about Forsaken. They said the same thing about Beyond
Okay, but
Light.
I didn't.
I
actually
swore
didn't.
you were super hyped for Beyond Light. I could have.
I was hyped, but I wouldn't say it was on par with Curse of Osiris. Loved Curse of Osiris. Phenomenal DLC. It's actually considered one of the most hated DLCs in like the Destiny 2 community. I loved it. I thought it was phenomenal. Straight up. Come at me.
No, I haven't played it, so yeah.
I just like Destiny. I like the aesthetic. I like the story.
The gameplay.
I love the gameplay.
Yeah.
Like shoot. Like first-person shooters are always fun.
Now, if we want a conversation of how, as consumers, we can get corporations or large businesses to not do unethical or slimy shit, and how we can apply pressure on those groups, on those businesses and corporations, in order to do. Well, yeah, there's the then you just don't buy their stuff and hit them where their wallets hurt.
Yeah, but Destiny has so many whales that's never going to happen. Is the thing, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So the only thing you can do is just wait until all empires fall, and a corpus is essentially an empire.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the problem is that they don't want that because they want again, I'm speaking from Austin's point of view here, and so correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think he wants to see Destiny fail. He just wants to see Destiny become a better product, right?
Maybe we're beyond that though. Yeah. So maybe
maybe we are, but it's never going to become a better product if you have such a grand part of the community that is actively partaking in these things that are detrimental to the game as a whole, right? Because they're signaling that that's okay for the developers to do, right?
For sure.
And I think that one of the things, because there was an absolute outrage that they were sunsetting not only the DLCs, but also all of the weapons that came along with that DLC. So if you wanted to grind for a particular thing, too bad you don't get to use it anymore.
Well, even if you have it in your inventory?
Correct.
What?
Yeah.
You can use it, but it will be stuck at the... For example, there was a submachine gun that I quite loved called the Recluse. Now, you could use that, you can still use that weapon today, but it's stuck at its base 1100 light. You cannot power it up, so don't bother bringing it to Crucible. Don't bother bringing it to your strikes or whatever, where light level matters. And it's stuck at that 1100, and they consider that part of their sunsetting thing. Now, Bungie's justification was, we're going to sunset old weapons that everyone uses, and was like considered like the meta at the time, so that we can encourage players or incentivize players to use new weapons and new loadouts that we bring to the game. My issue is, then just make the content just make the weapons and the armor and shit that you can collect from the new DLCs better than the old ones.
But that also brings a problem in itself, right? Because that lends itself to power creep is the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And what's happening is if they keep doing that again and again, eventually, just like Yu-Gi-Oh, it'll get to
and
a point,
Vanguard and like almost every card game on the planet.
every card game that has a legacy system that's not rotated out every season or whatever, it's going to get to a point where that's so untenable to like balance everything and stuff.
And this is why Pokemon and like Magic has like a rotation system.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think they went the rotation route, which makes sense. But I think the biggest problem in all of this is why does Crucible takes into account your light level when you play?
Certain things, like so for example Iron Banner or actual. So in Crucible you essentially have several different things.
Right.
You have regular Crucible, where basically you have a glory versus what's it called? Basically one where wins and losses matter, one where wins and losses doesn't matter.
So ranked and unranked.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. So ranked, your light level absolutely matters. In Trials of Osiris, considered the most competitive thing in the entirety of the Destiny 2 community, light level matters. Iron Banner, light level matters.
See,
in
that's-
regular Crucible, it doesn't.
That's stupid to me. It should be the opposite. Because in the thing that's most competitive, light levels shouldn't matter. Because no one should have an advantage based on how much they grind. People should only have an advantage based on their
On the skill level of the player.
Yeah, on the skill
Right.
level of the player, right? How fast they can react to things, how fast they can move their controller or whatever, right?
Right.
So to have light level matter in the most competitive things is just asking for this kind of issue, right? You know what I mean? Because it's just rewarding the people that stay up all night and grind for the stuff, whatever. I'm not trying to,
No,
say this to you at all.
I understand
But
what
I'm
you
just saying,
mean.
like, if you're someone who's working a 9 to 5 and
Yeah.
you don't get that kind of time, you're obviously going to feel cheated, especially in the ranked
Yeah.
playlists.
And I've seen exactly that kind of conversation that has happened in like the comment section of like Destiny 2 posts. Like I completely understand that.
Yeah, it's completely asinine. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand what happened with Bungie. They had such an amazing system with Halo 3, and some sort of something clicked. I don't know. Something went.
Something broke.
Yeah, something went completely awry. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done bashing Destiny for the night. I apologize.
No, you're
if I
fine.
upset
You're fine.
anybody.
You're fine. I don't get upset over legitimate criticism.
I know, but I know you have
I'm
a
a
viewer
corporate.
base
I can see him
that
crying.
enjoys.
He's lying.
Well, let's be real. My viewer base currently is not watching this. Like, there's been like, I would say like a couple
That
of
hurts.
people, but like, no. Well, the thing is, and a lot of like, and I'll say this right now, like, a lot of my viewership comes from people in like Europe. They come from like England or Ireland, or I've had people like from like Iran watch my streams. How I got past that firewall, I'll never understand.
Quality
but
content.
there you go. There you go.
They make an
Quality
exception
content.
for you.
Right, exactly. But yeah, I think we're good to kind of wrap it up here, guys.
Yeah, it's
We've
good.
been streaming for about 2 hours, almost
Really?
2 hours. You guys got an extra long episode. The first half was basically Book of Boba Fett, what we thought of it, and the second half was Kill Bungie in a video game, burn it to the ground in a
Yeah.
video game.
I apologize if I got a little bit.
No, you're fine. You're fine. But
do it
yeah,
again.
Heated up.
any final words either of you want to say to the people out there, or?
No.
Rob isn't. Thanks, Rob. Appreciate it. Luca, yourself.
Good
That'll be
talk.
it,
I love
folks.
our chat.
Yeah. Eat your vegetables.
This is my favorite content. 10 out of 10. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. We try.
He eats his vegetables.
Yeah, exactly. I eat my vegetables.
No, you don't. Don't lie.
As long,
Yeah, I do.
as long as there's no melted cheese on them, it's okay.
Yeah, Luca is also 10 out of 10. Thoughts on
Aw.
Rob? Thoughts on Rob?
Don't say it.
Can we get a something out of 10 for Rob?
Can we get an objective rating
Negative
for Rob?
3.
Yeah, absolutely. I give like a negative 20 out of 10.
The number does not exist. It's just. It's
What's
just
that? What's that
not
line
there.
from Mean Girls? The sign does
The-
not
the
exist.
limit does not
The limit
exist.
does not exist. There is no limit to just how awful Rob is.
I'm crying.
Like, there's like Earth, there's like the crust, there's hell itself, and Rob's like, lower.
Wow.
You know that.
The limit does not exist.
Yeah,
Shut up.
That reference about Mean Girls reminds me of something. Just before you cut it off, I remember once we were talking about something, and you referenced Twilight, and I was very surprised.
Did
that you,
I?
Yes, you did. I was very surprised that you had
God,
seen
someone waterboard me now.
it. Yeah, because you've seen the movies, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. You have, right?
Sadness.
I've seen them too. I will fully admit it. I have.
I've seen them all.
I've seen them all too.
Why?
Why not? Because
What? What do you mean? Why not? Why?
Here's what I'll say.
like,
I will
if
say
if I've sat through The Last Jedi, okay, so nothing can phase
nothing
me
is more
anymore.
painful than that. I will say this. I'll say
argue
this.
that.
Twilight is, in my opinion, a horrible series. I didn't really enjoy it. When I was in the movies, I don't know why, but I did.
Did you see them in theaters?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't do that.
I'm sorry. It hurt.
Why?
Like all of them?
I had a lot of female friends in high school, is all I'll say. Like, I would say right now, I am blown away that right now I have more male friends than female friends. But, like, in high school and, like, going into college, university, I would say that my friend group was, like, 90-10 female to male.
Austin got around.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Damn.
So, a lot of my female friends were like, oh, let's go see it. I'm like, fine, let's go. I will say this.
Or just stay home and play video games. You have the option, and you chose wrong. You failed.
You have a star-studded cast. Rami Malek is in it. Robert Pattinson is in it.
The Batman?
Yeah.
I don't care. care.
Kristen Stewart, who has actually turned out to be quite a fine actress. I don't know.
Yeah,
If you guys haven't seen the movie Spencer,
No.
It's basically a Kristen Stewart plays Princess Diana. Fantastic movie. She was phenomenal in it. If you haven't seen it, go take a look at it. It's a great film. You are not meant to actually like Twilight. It's just so perfectly bad.
Yeah, if you go into the movies like I did, if you go into it with an expectation of no expectations, then I think it's a better.
That final fight scene in Breaking Dawn Part 2.
No, it was dumb. It was
fantastic.
No, it was stupid.
Loved
It's
it.
so stupid because it never actually happened. Like it was
Okay,
good.
that part is dumb.
It was
but the
good.
actual fight scene was fantastic.
Sure, it was good up until that point, and then they just pull the rug from under you and dunk you into the toilet. So to
JK,
speak.
it's just a vision of the future.
Yeah,
Now,
like-
look, there were werewolves that were ripping people's heads off.
And they set people on fire.
You want to
I
see.
I don't want to see.
You
stop.
cheer when the Wookiee tore off the Trandoshan's
Yes,
arm. Okay?
because Trandoshans are not people. I don't know how many times I have to explain this to you.
Anyways, I think on that note, guys, we're gonna call it a night. Thank you
What
guys.
was your favorite Twilight movie? Just say that, and then we can talk.
I don't have one because they're all bad.
So you must
You
have
name
watched...
my yes, I agree with Chad here. You name my daughter after the Loch Ness monster, fantastic. You imprinted on my daughter, I will kill you. I almost had good times.
Rob has this dumbfounded
look of
awestruck
what
look
is
on-
wrong with all of you? I feel like Rob is just not going to come back to the podcast from now on.
That's fine.
Just-
I mean,
Wow.
no, I take that back.
CJ,
Wow,
maybe
I take it back.
wait, hold on, what did you take back? I didn't hear that part.
Nothing. No,
That's fine.
I didn't say
He
that.
can leave. We'll go back to just being me and Luca again.
Crying.
It'll be fine.
The quality will decline by like at least 50% in that case.
I think
Rob contributes
I-
to no positive outcome.
I think I do better in the video game aspect.
This is true. I
Maybe I
think.
should play Doom while we talk about this.
I mean, you can go ahead right away and do that if you'd like.
No, I think Rob, seriously, I
No.
do think you provide
Quality content.
Yeah. So please come back.
Now, when we get the camera and shit set up,
Oh no.
then
No,
shit's going off and popping. Absolutely.
No.
Because they'll see the way I'm trying to sit on this stupid chair.
Yeah, it's called content.
I hate it. I hate this chair.
I hate you.
And yet, okay,
sorry.
calm down.
See, even chat's like, I can't wait. Exactly.
And yes, you can.
Luca will be in a corner. It's fine.
Yeah, I'll be Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget.
Yeah.
With his hairy arms.
On that
Do
note,
you want a long?
He has metal
do you
arms.
want a
on
long
that
glove?
note,
He has a metal arm,
gent,
I think. Oh, sorry. go
What? What's your note?
I think we're gonna wrap it up here.
Oh, okay.
Please stop yelling at me. I haven't done anything
I'm
wrong.
not yelling. I'm raising my voice to an uncomfortable tone.
Okay, we're good. Anyways, on that note, guys, we're gonna wrap it up here. Have a good night. Have a good morning. I don't know where you are in the world, but
Have a good evening.
bye, guys. Have a good one, guys. We'll talk to you next time.
Bye.